Hello, and here we are back again on another trade recap. Was a bit of an exotic day, I must say. Well, the light is too bright. Okay, so yeah, it was a nice day. Even regardless of the loss here, I will explain also how this win came. It was actually market was moving well. Usually, my strategy and everything was better on reversals, not on continuations. So it kind of also those days that it's just continuation is not that great. But yeah, I'm gonna show it to you now. So always we watch before Asia London what they did. So Asia and London moved quite a while actually. We were expecting a old first presented that it was right around here. So 1, 2, 3, like it was right around like, let's say it was like here. Okay, so basically coinciding with this one. Okay, so sorry, this is a paper trading that I use. So don't worry if there are random executions. So yeah, London and Asia Asia displaced down. We had a gap up, but we kind of didn't care about the gap because as soon as we open, we displaced so much. Okay, so we have this candles completely going down. Okay, there were no news, no nothing. There was the conference, I think, in the White House, but nothing much. Okay, so first minute we displace, I think we deliver from a 15-minute bearish gap. Okay, so this is an hourly. We are delivering from this 15. Okay, we go up and then we go down into it, and then we create a 5. Okay, so we deliver from the 5 and the 15. Okay, so we create this big 5. Okay, and after I deleted so many lows because there were so many. We take, I think, a 4 hourly. Okay, here's also a 4-hour inverse. Okay, so I can take it off soon, but here there is a 4-hour inverse. So we basically take a 4 hourly at low. We take the we go back to this inverse 4, and we kind of have V-shaped recovery. Okay, so basically when I was seeing this, I was like, okay, like so good. Even though we have this 5 minute here that can hold, TP usually can be at the midpoint or the midpoint and the first presented gap. Okay, so this is the first presented gap. So the first gap after 9:30 is the first presented gap. It's really powerful. You can see how here 2 times touch it perfectly. The body is respected. Boom. Okay, so the first presented gaps, I don't know, not many people talk about it. So powerful, they can last up to a week. And yeah, that's this first presented gap today was very powerful. We were bearish overall, so I kind of didn't want full reversal after here. So my TP would have been perfectly here, midpoint and first presented gap tap. And yeah, the entry was this one. Like I also said when this was happening, like, oh, I was actually on the couch. So that was also my mistake. I have to be here on the desk. So I was like, oh wow, like this thing happened super fast. The entry was at 38, so 8 minutes into the session, so it was very fast. And I didn't take it because here you see how it retraced perfectly 1-2 times and then boom, perfect. Like 3-minute entries would have been would enter. I still have to decide a bit my sizing. Yeah, we're very low. So that actually would have been, if you put it here to here, yeah, 770 risking. Yeah, I would have entered. I want to kind of risk max 400. So it kind of be like this, a little bit maybe below, like here. So this would have been a bit the stop. And then yeah, this could have been W, but it didn't happen. So what happens? We move on. Nothing happens. We touch the first presented gap, we displace. Then we edge, we are edging I think a weekly low, okay? So here there was a weekly low. So also this one could have been a nice entry. If I can see here also on the 5, yeah, this also was a nice one. This 5-minute gap here was also another entry. So if we go back to the 1, we edge low, so we create equal lows down here. We create a 5, we touch again the midpoint and the first presented gap, and we close below, okay? So we close here below. So your entry could have been retap here, okay? And that's what actually I should have, because it's actually very good, okay? So stop here and you put your TP at those equal lows. That was like right around here. Yeah, that was amazing. The only thing that scared me a bit, because we were breaking structure to the upside and we were respecting this 1-minute gap here perfectly. And so I was kind of, I mean, a bit not scared, but yeah, kind of also this order block here was crazy order block. And so yeah, we were almost closing above, but the entry also could have been once we close, we have a retrace here and we have a closure, okay? You can enter. But again, this gap here, I wanted to enter as soon as we close to this gap. So maybe like enter around here, and it would have still been a nice RR, like still 30-40 points. But you see how price here close perfectly, like it closed so much further down, so I didn't enter. And yeah, ended up taking the weekly low, the daily, everything. And so now we had the V-shaped recovery after this gap. So I entered at the retap, and as you can see here, price was just too bearish. So was, yeah, 1030, so usually 1030 reversal. So technically this is a nice entry. Even though, yes, we have bearish indications, we're inversing 5s, we're inversing this, so it's kind of risky, yes, but still it was a nice, could have been a nice entry here. And this I keep it, yeah, no, I delete it. So yeah, I entered there. Fortunately, it was a loss, but I just entered with others. So I entered with the Tradify, okay. So I just entered with Tradify, and then didn't enter with Apex. Again, we dump down again, filling this gap, reacting here from this all the first presented, okay. So we were reacting nicely, bodies respected, taking so much sell side, okay. So I was like, okay, this is a nice entry. I enter with Apex, and unfortunately I didn't group trade. You can group trade on Trade-O-Bait, but I forgot to put it, so I enter with 3 times the size with one account. So that could be very good or very bad. So when that happens, I just have a small target, okay, so super small target, and I ended up taking at this high, which ended up being a great decision. And because yeah, after price just was so weak, so after this thing happened, I just wasn't interested anymore. I still watch, yes, see also here, could have been nice, the respect of this bodies closure. You can go up and aim for this. So, but it's not a great A plus. I would have put in stop like around here, and then yeah, target maybe this high here relative this inverse here, so to recover the loss. But again, my rules now are 1 trade per session. So I took 1 trade with Tradify, it's fine. I even lost a little bit less than I was supposed to be here. And then I took 1 with Apex. Of course, I didn't take 1 with every, what's wrong with my hair? With every account, but still this was nice. This is after I don't trade after 11:10. So I was like, okay, just nothing and then here just price continue to dump. And also Asia, like we are quite dumping. We left equal lows here, so perfect. We'll maybe catch on later. And then yes, I mean that's about it. This was yesterday. Again, here I was showing my parents how it worked an entry, so I just enter here. It was actually a nice entry. So yeah, that was yesterday, so the 19th. I hope this was useful. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for listening and watching.